viewers, welcome to Record Breaker channel. My name is Mr. Ifani. On today's segment, I will be teaching you with mathematical subjects, and the topic for today is variation. What is variation? In a normal English expression, variation has to do with differences. But in English, in this mathematics session, I will be making a proper explanation on the word variation. Variation has to do with the relationship between variables in their context. Variation as I said earlier, variation is the relationship that occurs between variables. There are four types of variation. We have number one, direct variation. Number two, indirect or inverse variation. Number three, joint variation. Number four, partial variation. First, I'll be teaching you on direct variation. Welcome back. Direct variation, as I said earlier, is the relationship between two variables in which when one variable increases, the other also increases. Example of direct variation is when A is directly varies as B. Now, how am I going to explain the content of this explanation? By showing the symbol of it, which is A directly varies as B. Now, when A directly varies as B, it means anything that affects A also affects B. If there is an increase in A, also there will be an increase in B. If there is a decrease in A, there will also be a decrease in B. In this context, mathematics, we sometimes change signs and symbols. Now, this sign, as we all know, is referred to as the sign of proportion. We change sign of proportion to the sign of equality, and that means we are going to introduce a constant. For example, when you want to change A, this sign of proportion to the sign of equality will bring in a constant. And the constant in this section has to do with K. Said earlier, whenever you change the sign of proportion to sign of equality, you must also bring in a what? A constant. In this section, K is referred to as the word constant. Now, how do we make the K the subject of the formula? Now, as I was saying earlier, whenever there is a relationship between two variables and a third is being introduced, which is the constant, we need to make the third the subject of the formula. Now, in this context, whenever you make the third, which is K, the subject of formula, it means you have shown the relationship between both variables. Now, in this context, when you make K the subject of formula, it means you are going to say A now divided by B. At this, some textbook will tell you at this point, it says you have shown relationship between A and B, or you have shown the formula connecting A and B. Now, let's give the example as related to direct variation. Example 1. Say if A varies directly as B, full stop, and A is 2 when B is 6. Find I, the relationship between A and B. I find B when A is 12. Based on the example I just gave, I say if A varies directly as B and A is 2 and B is 6, find I, the relationship between A and B. Find B when A is 12. Now, how do we solve this? Please, I want you to pay a very close attention. on how I'm going to solve it. Remember I said our topic for today is based, number one has to do with direct variation, which has to do with A and B. Now if A varies directly as what? B. And I told you in this term, variation, we always change the sign or the symbol. The symbol we have here is called sign of proportion. Now we change the sign of proportion to sign of equality. Whenever we change the sign of proportion to sign of equality, we introduce a what? A constant. For this reason, we now say if A now is equal to B times K, where K is the constant. Now, as this context, what do? We make the K the subject of the formula. K this time is equal to A all over B. Now, what is the value of A? A is what? 2. While B is what? 6. We now say, therefore, K is equal to 2 over 6. Or what do? We reduce these numbers or fractions to the simpler form. 2 divided 2 will give us 1, and 2 divided 6 will give us what? 3. Therefore, the value of K must be 1 over 3. Now, as I said earlier, the number one question asks us to show the relationship between both variables, or A and B. Now, class, as I was trying to tell you, whenever you are asked to show the relationship between variables or to show the formula connecting variables, it means you make K the subject of the formula. Now, whenever K has been made the subject of the formula, it means you have been able to show the relationship between both variables. And for this reason, we're able to find the value of K as 1 over 3. Now, let's move to number 2 question. As I was saying earlier, in number 2 question, we have to find the value of B when A is equal to 12. Already I told you that A has to be the formula connecting A and B, right? Now, we now go here, using the same formula, whenever I want to solve, using K is equal to A over B. In this context, we know that K is equal to 1 over 3, and we are asked to find B when A is equal to 12. So, alright, viewers, as we previously said, K equal to A over B is the formula connecting both A and B. And the value of K is equal to 1 over 3, and the value of B is not given, while the value of A is equal to 12. We are asked to find the value of B. What do? We now use K equal to A over B. What is the value of K? K is 1 over 3, which is equal to, and A is what? 12. Why B is not given? Viewers, as I was saying, when you check very well in this fraction, you notice that the stroke that makes the denomination line are of 2 types. I have to use a particular one so you make on a proper understanding of what I'm about to do. Let's write it this way: 1 over 3 equal to 12 over B. At this point, what do? We cross multiply the values. That means the B here multiply with the numerator here, while the 3 here multiply with the value of 12 here, which is equal to B times 1 all over 3 times 12. B times 1 is what? B, and 3 times 12 is what? 36. So the value of B is equal to 36. Hello viewers, I know you now understand and know how to solve values that has to do with direct variation. In our next class, I'll be teaching you on inverse variation, the dot variation, and the partial variation. Please, I want you to subscribe to Record Breaker channels, where you get all or much of our views and know more in mathematics. Thanks and God bless.